What is going on, guys? Anger collections in the house for another video. All right, so happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. We made it, right? We made it Friday. If you're a TCG player seller, you know, Friday. It's a freaking scalpers day. It's a freaking scalpers day today. Everyone, it's at Walmart, Target, GameStop, even online. Pokemon, Pokemon Center, Secret Lair. If there's a Secret Lair, everyone's scalping today. So that's what we're gonna do. We're not scalping today because everyone's already out there, right? Mr. Guy, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. So today, since we're not scalping today, um, I'm gonna we're just gonna talk business today, right? We're gonna talk business. I've got a couple of questions, even though these questions uh, I already answered these ones. I typically get this in like sometimes even in my TCG player seller account, right? They will like message me. It's like, oh, I found you on YouTube, man. I have a question, things like that. Sometimes even like offer on my cards. It's weird. Let's see. I snagged a few packs of Journey Together yesterday. Nice. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I know a lot of people are talking about the what is that set again? The Destined Rivals. Um, they did like a pre-order, and there's actually a pre-order on Walmart from Prismatic Evolution, something like that. I'm telling you, man, Pokemon people, they're like locked in. They're like robots. They're like have multiple accounts. If there's like a drop that's happening, they already know. Like you're too late. Like if it's dropping tomorrow, it's sold out already. But like with us, unfortunately, it's not that level yet. But I don't know, man. It's probably gonna take a while until we get there as far as like Magic goes. But yeah. So they the very first question everyone's asking, right? Um, before starting this whole business journey, right? Uh, how much do you need? That's always been the absolute top questions from a lot of people. How much do you need to start your TCG player business? For some reason, like that question, even like starting your own LGS or opening your own brick and mortar, it's like how much can you really survive and to start with, like how much capital, right? So I know some of you guys, new subscribers, old subscribers, maybe heard this answer already, but all I can say is um, reason why my name is, the channel's name, Anger Collections, is pretty much I started this whole business from my collections. I may have some savings, set aside, like for buying collections, but for the most part, you can start your own business. You can start all of this. You can start all this shit, all of this from your collections. You don't. Yeah, you may need like a couple, maybe thousands of dollars to just start buying collections, things like that. But you don't need. I mean, if you've been playing Magic, if you've been collecting a lot of cards, trading, from opening packs, playing the game, you will accumulate a lot of cards, right? And you can start with that. You don't need a capital like a massive amount, right? Um, yeah. Let's see. You see, card and all gaming partner left him by himself. Mr. Guy, I actually watched that video. Interesting enough, I actually thought that video he's gonna say like, card and all gaming is all done and all. But good thing it's just his partner. We don't know the whole details about it, but maybe he's just moving on and just done with the whole TCG business. But yeah, I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough. I mean, even though it may look easy for from everyone. Like, how hard it is to ship like a freaking cardboard. Like it's time consuming. With all of this, man. Especially if you're doing it on your own. So yeah, I saw that one, Mr. Guy. The Great Henge, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. Hey, what up? Anger changed my name again. Honestly, you know what? I read all the comments over here, so no matter what, I'm gonna greet all of you guys. But yeah, so hold on, let me see this. If your partner leaves, that's never a good sign. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he probably saw what's coming, or maybe he's just done with it. I don't know. I'm not too sure. We don't know. But yeah, so the absolute answer with that, how much can you start with? You don't have to start big. You can start first is you don't quit your job right away, right? You don't quit, and you can start small. With your collections. That's it. That's the absolute bottom baseline to start with this whole TCG business, and you can start like a side hustle. You know, because before I left my job, before I started like this whole thing as a full-time business, yeah, I mean, I went through a lot of, I mean, a lot of boxes, a lot of just mass box opening, um, a lot of collecting decks, a lot of just hoarding products, man. And yeah, like and YouTube as well, like the whole opening online, Facebook stuff, selling on Facebook. I went through many years. I want to say like a good 5 years, right? A good 5 years of just collecting, hoarding, playing the game even, before 2021, I quit my job and go full on full time. So consider that. But now I actually think that so you can have your full time job still and have a side hustle part time selling TCG player. And you don't have to have um, your inventory like online 24/7, right? You can just open it like, I don't know, just on the weekends, maybe ship on the weekends only, and only like a few cards here and there. Just have an account, right? Or even if you have eBay, same exact thing. Just auction a couple cards. You don't have to manage it. You just like put it out there, put it in auction, and that's it, man. You know, and this is like a beginning step, right? And once you see like an improvement in sales, an increase in volume of sales, and you think that it can replace your full-time job, and even then, depending on your situation, right? Like with me, what happened to me, we had a kid, and it's better for us, for someone to stay in the house and just watch our kid, right? Instead of paying like a ridiculous amount in like daycare, man. So even though my job was like paying well, I was getting paid 70, 80 per year, right? As a manager, um, it will net us far better with me just working from home and then doing all this. And I also consider that me selling online, gaining me experience, going full-time YouTube, full-time TCG player, and now with eBay as well. It's just gaining me experience, and in the long run, if it becomes like really really successful, especially adding the YouTube, if it goes really well, it's just like that's gold, man. That's gold. And um, the my in the future, I would really like to add going to shows more often, so that it's just a big plus doing vending shows, right? More content on YouTube, more inventory, easier, much easier. So that's kind of like the goal. So it just net me like far better quitting my job and doing this, right? But I'm not recommending, all that stuff. It really depends on where you're at, what your situation is. So that's just me. So you don't have to start with a 50, even a $10,000 budget to start this whole business, right? You can start like a full binder of cards, man. Doesn't have to be a lot, and you can start just buying, trading a little bit. Opening commander decks. That's like the easiest way to get inventory of new stuff. Buying commander decks and breaking down for singles, right? So inventory wise, you don't have any issues. There's no fees in like starting your own Tcgplayer. Just make your own, and then just there you go, pay the fees on every shipping, and then yeah, shipping. I mean, it comes with it, right? But creating one, it's totally free, man. You just create your own, and now you're a seller. But yeah, inventory, you can start a full binder of your collection, and that's it. And then also, the next question that I usually get is the shipping wise, right? I usually get like, where do you get your shipping? How low can you get on shipping? What's the best way to ship cards? Because you start with, okay, I have the inventory, I have the collection now. What is the best way to ship this properly, and the best efficient way, so that like customers won't be like, oh, I don't get my ship, I didn't get my order, this my the envelope or my cards is like split in half. So that's like the top two in my opinion. So as far as shipping goes, I started with with a lot of bubble mailers, in my opinion, when Tcgplayer, because I was really like, man, like Tcgplayer said, below, or if it reaches $20, I have to ship it in bubble mailer. And I kid you not, I was shipping cards or orders even at the $10 order, man, because I was like, man, it's like I was so used to Facebook, like the buyers pays the shipping, right, which is like the $5. I think it was $5 or $4. They were paying the cards, the shipping. So they will order whatever $4 or $5 card is, and then they will pay the shipping, and they will just like PayPal me. So I was used to that. So in the beginning, I was shipping orders like at least $10, right? And then if I get like orders below $10, I was using the non-machinable one. Yeah, and then back then the non-machinable stamp, I think it cost like, I think like 60 something cents or 70 cents. So it was cheap back then. The non-machinable. I think right now it's like over $1 for the non-machinable stamp. So I started with that, and my I was using the envelope from what you can get at Walmart. So I think it was like 18, $19 now even, and what you call this? And it has like 250. So I started with that for a long time, and then also I can't imagine this, man. I should have like known this from the beginning. And then my printer, holy shit, man, my printer. I had I think it's like an Epson printer, and then I was using the cartridge, bro, the cartridge, and then the cartridge that I use is like, if I only use obviously black and white, right? But you have to buy the colored as well. For some reason, the colored, it still goes down. I don't know why, but man, those cartridges are so expensive. Like, I mean, right now I'm approaching 50,000 completed sales. Imagine how much cartridge I buy every freaking month. Holy moly. And one cartridge of the XL is like $40. Yeah, super freaking expensive, man. And I learned my lesson. Holy shit, man. I wish I knew this printer existed, but oh my god, bro. So I was like replacing the cartridge and the colored ink, even though I don't use colored in my, on those orders, right? So now I had this ink Eco Tank ET2803, and I kid you not, the the colored ink in the tank from this one uh, is still the original colored ink when I purchased them last year. Pretty sure it was last year. Yeah. And then the black ink, I replaced it so much, but the replacement is like one ink of this will print thousands. And this, you know how much is this? It's like $15. Yeah, $15 to replace. And it lasts, I want to say like months, man. It's crazy. It prints a lot of paper for some reason. So very fortunate in that. So I was like saving a shit ton with paper. And then as far as like I upgraded my envelope. I'm buying an Amazon. I don't know. My wife found it. It's like I think it was like $30 for 750. I think it's $30 for 750 envelopes, and it's actually much better quality than the Walmart one. And it's obviously cheaper, right? So I get like 2 boxes every time, and I went through that like super easy, man. And then the paper, I mean, just a regular paper you get from like Costco or like Sam's Club, so nothing too crazy. I even started with Walmart paper because back then we didn't have any Sam's Club or Costco membership, so I was buying paper at Walmart, man. It was super expensive, so over time, man, you will go through the motion of like learning how to save and learning how to improve. And yeah, I mean, you will go through it. But you gotta know where you're comfortable in, like your printer ink, the paper, and your cost. You gotta know what is best for your business, and if it works for you, then go for it, man. You can buy an expensive paper, you can buy a much higher quality stuff, but it really depends on you, man. But for me, I found my equipment to be like it works for what I do, right? So but yeah, so that's about it. And as far as obviously the penny sleeves, I use like the regular sleeves. Every time I buy a collection, I acquire a lot of those dragon sleeves. I use those. Um, the top loaders. I rarely use top loaders these days because I really like the semi-rigid ones, the one you use for when you want to grade cards. So that's, and then the team bags. So that's that. I rarely ship sealed products these days, but when I do have some, and I sold, whatever Commander decks, right? I use just the Walmart box, man. I mean, it's fine. It's like what, $1 or something for like one small box. So it's okay. It's only like a couple. Right now, the only sealed anything in my inventory, I have the Host of Mordor, Lord of the Rings Commander deck, and I still have 4 of them. I might just break it down for singles, but I don't know. I mean, it's just there. So yeah. As far as like shipping goes, so that's really that, man. Printer, good EcoJet, whatever that is, paper and envelope, just the absolute bottom, Amazon and like Sam's Club, Costco, and then oh, stamps. I don't use any. I don't use any non-machinable anymore. Yeah, I only use the forever stamp. I don't even use the extra ounce, the bus. I don't use that even anymore. I just use plain simple, boom, one stamp. And I rarely, if not, I haven't gotten any returns because of oh, you need an extra, something, right? Um, but yeah, so yeah, just one stamp, 15 cards at the most, actually 18 cards at the most, and then just one stamp. Never had issues. If anything, the customer will message me, right? And I will just like reimburse whatever, right? So I think that's that, right? Yeah, as far as shipping goes, that is that. And that's really it. So the next question is definitely um, acquiring inventory, right? So a lot of people are asking me, where do you get inventory? Um, do you buy local? Do you buy online? Do you open boxes? Things like that, right? How do I acquire? So in the beginning, for sure, um, you will put it out there in your local groups, like, oh, buying collections, 65% of TCG low, right? So first things first, you go there, post it, and you go maybe F&Ms, or you go to some stores, and you go through their inventory, right? You go through shows, and you kind of like look at other people's binder and then ask them, right? So in the beginning, it's like that. You really got to advertise yourself that you are buying collections. I think in the beginning you have to buy aggressive because you want to accumulate as much inventory, right? Uh, Even though like you're paying at a high margin, you're pretty much what you call this, you're pretty much eliminating a lot of competitors, if because like if you're a seller, if you're selling your collection and someone's paying 70%, even 75%, and then they think that, oh, this guy's paying 75%, if I sell it to the store they're only giving me 50%, so they're more likely to sell you their collection. So in the beginning, um, even though it's high, I think in the long run, it will pay you like big time though. Like, yeah, and who knows? Like, if you went through a lot of collections through like multiple people locally, they will actually come back to you and sell even more collection. I'm not even kidding, because I'm telling you guys this because that basically what happened to me. Who's this? Laura Ali, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. What's up? Glad to see another live. Yeah, man. Trying to get the normal live streams, but I can't guarantee it, but we'll do it when I can, right? So in the beginning, that's what I did. I was paying even at the high 80%, man. 80% of TCG low. And I kid you not, a lot of people sold cards to me. And my thought process on that is like, okay, I already had. If you guys haven't seen the my video about how I started, I started with at the least 100,000 worth of inventory, not cash, but inventory, because I had, remember, I had the Power 9, I had 80 dual lands, I had multiple commander decks sealed, so much singles, right? I started with that. So my thought process is, okay, I need I need something in the future, like future customers that will sell cards to me. So okay, I can pay higher than like the normal people, the normal sellers over here, which is they're paying like 65% now, right? uh, I will like want to eliminate all of those, so I get all the customers to me, so I get all of their collections. So I said, hey, I'm paying 80%, man. And then there's a wiggle room if anything, right? But in the end, average, I want to say 80%. I was buying TCG low 80%, so I get a lot of collections. And you know in the beginning I was like level 1, so I was only selling the expensive cards. So in the end, even though like I'm paying 80%, high on their collection, I get some profit back on those bigger cards, and I kept all the smaller cards until I get to level 4. So I just buying a lot of collection, man. And next thing you know, after I reached level 4 and bought so many collections from so many players, collectors over here, um, most of them came back, man. Most of them came back to me and sold actually all of their collections. Yeah, every single one of them came back to me, messaged me, like, posting like a new Tcgplayer list, right? Hey, I'm selling this. Hey, I'm selling this. Oh, I have like some left of this, we just like buy it. And then at that point, I changed my style already. I kind of like went through the motion like from 80% down to 75, down to 70, and then now I'm paying now between 60 to 65%, which is now the average. Sometimes even lower, because I can like negotiate now. Because in the beginning, I actually don't buy like massive collection, because like I'm really low on like capital. I'm heavy in inventory. Remember, I'm heavy in the inventory, but I was like low in capital. But now it's the opposite now, right? I have some inventory now. Now I'm more in capital. So now I can buy a whole lot more. So the negotiation is much easier. Like I can buy like a high $5,000-$10,000 collection, and the negotiation is it's much easier if they know that they can. Oh wow, they can buy me all out. Like holy shit, man! And then you're paying cash. Then the negotiation is much easier. It will bounce back from like 60-65%, right? Even, yeah, I want to say 60-65%, but it doesn't go up to like 70 anymore. It's just average like 60-65. But as far as like much bigger collection, I want to say like 60%, because you can really haggle on the amount. The fact that you're buying all their junk, like everything. And you guys saw a couple of my big purchases, right? And it doesn't even go up to like the 5-10,000. At the most, I think I paid like what, 3,000, not even. And I get lucky with some of those collections too, because I was buying 2,000. I was paying $2,000 and some change for an $8,000 value collection. Can you imagine that? Like haggling with that. Like. And if you guys missed it too, I bought a collection with like a lot of commander decks and then a lot of binder. I think I paid like 2,000 something and change too. And the value of the collection is the same value, like 6,000 to 8,000 value. And that's because the power of you paying cash is pretty big. Like you can't, like it's hard these days to come up with like cash. So if you offer you're gonna buy in cash in hand, they're gonna like, even if it's like 60%, man, they will like go for it. So as far as like acquiring collection, I would suggest in the beginning, yeah, advertise, pay a little more, if you need more inventory, right? Pay a little more so that um, they're more likely to sell their collection to you, other than like the LGS or some other reseller as well. I would pay up a little bit and then kind of balance it out, to where if you have more inventory now, then you kind of slow down on like the buying, right? So kind of average it out. So that's what I recommend. And because in the long run it will help you, to acquire more inventory. So yeah, so that's really it for inventory, right? And let's just say like there's no one selling in your area. That was crazy. That's crazy, right? No one is selling their collection. Let's just say nobody's selling their collection. Everyone is just hoarding. Everyone is just closet investing. Everyone is like a Rudy Timmy, like just investing everything, right? Um, the way you get an inventory. Oh, who's this? RFC, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. How to verify if the cards you buy is not fake? Good question. Hold that thought, man. Let's just say you don't have a way to get inventory. There's you. You're the only person that collects Magic, right? But there you have an LGS store, right? But there's absolutely no one is selling. So I would say the way you acquire inventory uh, is I think if there's no one else, if there's no one else, I remember that the line from Troy movie, right? Is there no one else? Um, your absolute best bet, even though it sucks, is definitely you're gonna have to like buy boxes, man. You're gonna have to buy boxes, open boxes, collector boxes, and in your town, right? In your town, you're gonna have to like open commander decks. You're gonna have to open like collector boxes, not play boosters. I would say only collector boxes and commander decks. And these days, I would consider pre-ordering, depending on your price value, your budget. I would consider pre-ordering because these days pre-order is your best bet in getting those low value pre-order prices is on the pre-order. That's just me though, not financial advice, but yeah, you're gonna have to open collector boxes. You're gonna have to break down commander decks. Probably 4 of each or 8 of each decks. Break down for singles. Open those sample collector packs. That's your absolute best bet, right? And the next thing is you're gonna have to go shows. You're gonna have to go shows. You're gonna have to like go to tournaments. If there's a tournament like close in, LGS or close in your town, you're gonna have to go there and um, acquire inventory. And this is me saying that if there's really no one is selling in your area, right? Which is really impossible. But yeah, so I mean, especially if you're paying good money, you're more likely gonna get like someone that will, sell a collection, right? As long as you're doing the legwork, on Facebook groups, on I don't even know if people still use Craigslist, but but yeah. So as long as you're going through your Facebook or asking like, hey, is anyone like buying or selling Magic collections, things like that. So you have to do the legwork. So that's that. But if there's no one else really, you're gonna have to buy, open a lot of collector boxes and commander decks. I don't know. Sometimes you get lucky. I only do that if it's a good content for the channel, and also sometimes like I said, you can get lucky opening those boxes. You can get a 1/1, right? You get a 1/1, you're good, right? Final Fantasy, we might get a 1/1 something. So shit, man, there's another $2 million card. Everyone's gonna go crazy with those collector boxes for sure. So, all right. So, how to verify if the cards you buy is not fake? Well, when I buy collections, I don't buy any collections online. I only did it one time. I only did it once because I want to try it, and it's from one of you guys too, the viewer, and one of the guys on the Discord channel. Check it out, man. In the link in the description. So I buy collections. I try to buy at least one collection, just to like feel, So the way to verify it is I have this. I have this loop. This one. I have this loop to verify the authenticity of the cards, and sometimes even if you held so many Magic cards, like right off the bat, you will feel, even though the fakes are getting better, like once you hold the card, like right away, right? And if you have doubts, you use one of this. You use the loop to like figure out Blue's Clues, right? we'll figure we'll figure the authenticity of it, right? Figure out Blue's Clues. Like we were like watching Blue's Clues a while ago, but yeah. So I use this. You gotta have one of these. It helps like big time, especially those big cards, or even like the new modern cards these days. Sometimes they feel like shiny and like glossy, but then like, oh man, this is actually a legit card, but it feels like fake. So like printing these days, man, it's weird, but you know, it's for real. It's just how they print cards these days. It looks like shiny and glossy, and it looks fakes, but they're not. Let's see. Pre-ordering Final Fantasy Collector display boxes is impossible. Um, well, it's possible, but you're paying high prices. So right now, I don't know if it's still available. If you go Cool Stuff Inc., they're selling theirs for 650. And I don't know how much are the other stores selling there, but yeah, man. I locked in one for myself for the collector boxes, right? And I locked in one collector commander decks, and I also locked in 4 sets of the regular decks. So yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be wild, man. At release, this is gonna be a bloodbath for sure. Um, so if you find a trustworthy store that will honor the sale with all these tariffs things happening, go for it, man, because we may not see the next wave, or yeah, a second wave of these collector anything with Final Fantasy, because man, it's gonna be crazy, man. Some people are saying there's gonna be a one of one thing, and some people also say that um, it's gonna be a much bigger demand than Lord of the Rings. But who knows, man? Who knows? I don't know. Rudy, oh my God, man! Hey, boy, Rudy. You guys know my neighbor's Rudy, right? He's right there. He's right now. He's pooping, but yeah, Rudy's my neighbor. Rudy predicts that the Final Fantasy Collector box will be 1K. Um, I have no doubt that it will increase in value from the 600, 700 value pre-order right now. I have no doubt that it will increase in value when the spoiler starts, man. This is like the most common, absolute basic knowledge these days with these collector boxes. That's why I don't know why stores are still doing pre-orders. Absolutely don't. I don't know why. Because like they will do pre-order like Cool Stuffing, right? Every collector boxes they will start at 200, 225. They started their Final Fantasy pre-order collector box at 350. Yeah. So I don't know why they're doing it, but you know, even at these prices, almost all of them goes up, man, because they will do pre-order like months ahead, and then all of a sudden, spoiler hits, boom, the pre-order will just go up almost instantly. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you're, like I said, acquiring inventory, and if it's in your budget, your best bet in getting low prices, pre-order. Like I mentioned this in one of my video, Edge of Eternity, right? I was like, here we go again. Pre-order prices on collector boxes of Edge of Eternity, they were like 219, 225, and now it went up 240. I don't know why. I don't know if they saw like a spoiler or a leak, but it went up 240. Maybe somebody saw my video, or somebody is like starting to figure out Blue's Clues, that it's like, oh, if I buy a pre-order at these prices, it's almost guaranteed that's gonna go up. We don't know anything about the set yet. So same thing with Final Fantasy. You know, we don't know anything. Like, what if they put serialized cards? It's almost instantly. That 650 pre-order from Cool Stuff Inc., that can go up to like 750 in almost the next day. It will sold out, boom, and then the next pre-order will be like 700, and then 750, and then like 800. I don't know. Like we're still months ahead, man. The set will come out June. I don't want to say that it might even at release. It might even like 1K at release. I have no doubt that it can go. Like it can go. Honestly, at release day 1K Final Fantasy, and then from 1K at release, it's gonna keep going down, going down, going down, going down, and once it starts going down, I don't know how low will that be. That's your opportunity. That's your scalp. That's your scalping opportunity to buy into that, because you don't want to go hype and FOMO on this at this point. You want to FOMO when it starts dropping and dropping and dropping. Everyone's opening boxes. Like what happened to Lord of the Rings. The boxes went up like 450, right? And then as soon as the one of one hits, like to the market, boom, it starts dipping and dipping and dipping and dipping and dipping, and then everyone that bought in, guess what? They're making like thousands, man. Whew, that's crazy. But yeah. Oh shit, I missed a lot of comments already. Appreciate you guys hanging out today, man. I realize it's less difficult to pre-order FF MPG products in the PH than in the US. Oh, okay, okay. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the allocations in the Philippines, man. But over here, it's actually getting harder and harder. Even Rudy was saying that obviously he would order like thousands, man, and he's only getting like not even like a quarter of that. So yeah, it's getting harder and harder, man. Pre-order, yep. They do it to secure their profits. They put sold out at reprice. Yep. That's what happened. Ongo, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. Hey yo, Gaming Bob, sup. Once they get the money back, then they start selling at market average. Yep, that's what happens, man. And even then, I noticed with Cool Stuff Inc., they would actually not sell it at all, like completely. They will actually sell their sealed products only in shows. Yeah, in fact, because I talked with I dealt with a lot of business with one of the main buyers. If not, he's the main buyer for Cool Stuff Inc. And every time I buy big cards and sell big cards, I go straight to him, right? Um, he said that not all singles, not all sealed products goes online, in their websites. Sometimes some of those, graded cards, some of the signed cards, or foil cards, damaged cards, some of the weird stuff. They actually saved it and sell it just on their shows, right? So it's a good strategy, because I mean it's kind of hard to to put those in their website, because you get more selling it in person. So it makes sense, right? Yeah. How wild will it be if the type print FF play boosters? Um, you know, I can't say for sure. I know many content creators, especially Rudy, was saying uh, about the play boosters, right? So now play boosters, I think it's selling like 150, 175, right? Um, I don't know, man. How wild will it be? Type print run, Mike. I can't say for sure because I'm not a big fan on like the play boosters, but you can say in the longer term, the fact that Universes and Beyond will be like played in standard, and standard is like longer, like as far as like the format goes, right? Um, those base cards that you get on play boosters might you might get like multiple reprints, but then again, it's Universes and Beyond. you know, they might. I think this is me, right? This is my opinion. I think universes and beyond sets. I think it's lower. It will always have lower print run than like a regular Magic sets. That's just me. That's just like, tinfoil hat. I have no evidence on that, but the fact that it's like universes and beyond, it will always have a lower print run than like a regular set. Think about Lord of the Rings, right? It what, a couple of years now. Um, the the boxes, I think it has set boosters, right? Yeah, it has set boosters and draft boosters. So I don't. I mean, if you guys see it still in the market, man, like I don't know how many multiple waves of those boxes, but I think it has much less uh, print run than like a regular set. I don't know, man. That's just me. But for me, I'm not like considering anything on like play boosters, man. I would go for collector boxes, anything collector commander decks, even regular decks, man. Universes and beyond, man. If I will collect another, like, if I would start another collection on my end, right? I would actually collect all universes and beyond commander decks. Doctor Who, Warhammer, all that stuff. Now Final Fantasy. If there's any universes and beyond collector decks, commander decks, I would go for it. I I don't know, man. I just like commander decks. I don't know, for some reason. Instead of buying play boosters, I would just go commander decks. Honestly, you know, that's just me. All right. What's your prediction for Spider-Man collector boosters? Same thing. I think it's gonna be same FOMO, same hype with Final Fantasy. Um, if you can pre-order, if there's stores pre-ordering collector boosters for Spider-Man, like below 400s, I will go for it. I'll actually make a video of it. If if there's a pre-order Spider-Man collector box below 400, I would go pre-order at least one, maybe a case if you have capital, right? I would absolutely buy right away collector box, and then with commander decks, same thing. If there is one, uh, below 200s or at 200s, like what Final Fantasy, right? I would just pre-order a full set, complete set, four of each, right away. That's what I did with Final Fantasy. When I saw they're starting to pre-order Final Fantasy Commander decks, no doubt, I was just like, click buy, four of each, boom, 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 done. And then a couple of like days later, 400 $400. It went up almost instantly. So yeah, pre-order, man, gotta do it. Sleeping Elephant, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. Spider-Man looks lackluster. I bet there is surprise. There always a surprise, bro. There are always going to be surprises with these sets, man. They need to sell these sets. Like look at Tarkir. Everyone thought it's gonna be like a mid set, right? But then like boom, almost instantly, Dragon Scale from like starting what 170, and then now it's like freaking what 300, 400 even. Like the demand just skyrocketed. The collector box from pre-order, right? $200. That's cool stuff. Think now sold out. Now it's now it's selling what 300, 350, and you can't even find any. That's why every time I find a collector booster from like GameStop, I almost instantly buy it because it's like, who knows? You get like snipe. You can snipe a freaking Mops Jasper or Dragon Scale for $25. So yeah, it's funny how the pre-order works, man. Like I said, I don't know why they still do it, but yeah, it's from 200 pre-order. It's almost guaranteed it's gonna go up to 300. Even Ether Drift went up to 300. I pre-order at around 200, low 200s, and then like after spoilers, after release, it went up to like over 300. Man, it's wild, bro. It's wild. Uh, I've been trying to get Final Fantasy MTG sealed products in Amazon. They restock at random times. Need patience and a lot refreshes every second. Only got Final Fantasy booster box and bundles, but it's hard to get Final Fantasy collector. Yeah, man. It's hard. I mean, personally, I wouldn't buy anything Magic products or collectibles with Amazon. Um, but that's just me though. I have zero experience. It's just I've seen a lot of like crazy shenanigans with random shit getting. I don't know, man. I'm just not a big fan with Amazon buying Magic or Pokemon in Amazon. But hey, I mean, if it works for you, man. Let's see. And Final Fantasy gift bundle still zero. Yeah, man. It's sold out, man. Definitely sold out, bro. Crazy. Look at Lord of the Rings. The set and draft are pretty high. Yeah, yeah, crazy. You can get near a case of play boosters for one collector box. Play booster is slowly becoming a better deal than collectors. That's 100% true. That's 100% true, and only because there's a lot of new players in the game that are starting to build their collection, and when they figured out that figured out Blue's Clues, right? When when they start to figure out, oh shit, man, collector box is like 650, and then one play boosters is like 150. Damn, I only like to play a game, and I want to open boxes, but not the 650, right? I know I want to chase something, but I'd rather just enjoy the game, get the most cheapest one, which is the play booster. So I think it will sell well regardless. But I don't know in the long term if there's going to be like multiple waves with the play boosters, right? It's definitely more than the collector boxes, but um, I just don't know, man. 150 right now. I can see the Final Fantasy play boosters going over 200. It's almost like a guarantee that it will. Not financial advice. This is tinfoil hat, whatever, right? But yeah, I can see it. I can see it, especially if it's a good set too, right? Um, I can see it over 200. So. I've pre-ordered a case of Spider-Man collector box, but I'm in Europe. Marvel isn't a popular. Oh wow, I didn't even know that you can pre-order Spider-Man already. Holy shit, man! But that's good for you, bro. A case, man, good for you. Um, I wonder how the through the Omen Path thing will affect the price for Spider-Man though. Um, if I'm not mistaken, is that the one online, right? Through the Omen Path thing, online. Um, I don't think because it's I don't play online anymore, so I can't say for sure. But the demand for Spider-Man will be on paper. There's gonna be high demand uh, because the art, obviously, Marvel fans, right? They will like to play their cards with the Marvel art, right? Than like playing it online. So I don't think it will have a big effect. If it does, it may be just like super small, because I don't think they will print those through the Omen Path like in paper. I could be wrong. I don't know, but yeah, I don't think I would like to play. If it's a Spider-Man set, I would like to play the Spider-Man art. You know, right? So that's just me, man. Oh man, that good thing I went through all that comments, bro. So yeah, acquiring inventory. That's really that, man. So we went through How much is starting capital, shipping goes, and then acquiring inventory. So those are, I want to say, the top three, top five. There's other more, right? But I always get asked with those questions, and don't hesitate. Message me on YouTube, leave a comment on YouTube, um, message me on the Discord if you have anything. Could be anything, man. Could be random shit. Yeah, this could be like a Q&A, honestly, but that's really that, man. I can't think of anything else. There's probably like good practices too. What are the good practices running a online TCG player? So that could be another one. I want to say what you can expect as well in running your own TCG player seller. Um, right away, my answer to that is expect to not sleep like a lot. Not yeah. Expect not to sleep. Yeah, your hours of sleep, even though it's very crucial, man. Yeah, you wanna get ahead. You always want to get ahead. You always wanna do a lot of things every day. But man, yeah, sleep, bro. Sleep. You'll be lucky to get 6 hours of sleep, man. My sleep these days is split. It's hard, but you gotta do it, man. You gotta do the grind. And then um, you start you started this whole journey, you loving the game, you enjoying playing, you enjoy collecting, investing, right? You started this whole thing. Look at this. Juzam the Jin, I love old school Magic, reservist cards, Commander. You started with that. But once you start selling cards, once you start hopping in this kind of business, I think Rudy mentioned this also, that he's sometimes you feel nothing anymore. Like there's no excitement. Like you acquire a Mox Diamond, you acquire a Gaia's Cradle, you acquire, a serialized card. You opened a serialized card. Sometimes you know, the feeling of when you were like a player and just playing the game, the excitement isn't the same. I can't say that there's no excitement at all, right? But it feels like nice, like that's it, man. It's nothing like before. But I always that's kind of like the I don't want to say like the pros and cons, right? Yeah, like you feel different. Like I see. I don't know. Check this out. This common card, Vault of Whisper. This actually, I'm building I'm building a nasty. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm building this nasty braids commander, just so even though I don't play anymore, I just want to build from like my bulk stuff, right? So I'm building this braids, just cause. So Vault of Whisper, right? Good card, But when I see this common, and I was like, oh damn, this common is like actually selling for like 50 a dollar. That's how I see it now. It's just numbers. It's just dollar signs, man. Like it's cool. It's like the actual mirrored in copy, right? I'm like, wow, I want to collect all the 4 of each artifact lands, But now, wow, I can sell this for a dollar. A common card for a dollar? Damn. So that's how I see it now. It's weird, man. It's weird. Once you get to that point, man, I sold my Power 9. Think about that. I freaking sold my Power 9. 27K. Done. Just like nothing. But when I acquired it, bro, it's nothing compared, man. Like it's a feeling of like it's almost like a feeling I can die. Like as a collector, bro, it's it. I can just die right now. Like I have a freaking Black Lotus. Wow, I'm done. But that's when I was like a hardcore collector. I was trying to complete Power Nine. That excitement, bro. It's like it's not there anymore once you like deal with all this shit for many years. It's different, man. Very different. When Rudy opens boxes for his Patreon and posts good stuff for them, that's when he looks happy. Yeah, yeah. That's why. I mean, I'm not a big fan of ripping ships. I'm not a big fan of people opening boxes for you. I don't know, man. That's just weird for me, man. Why why gives somebody else the fun of opening, right? That's just weird. And plus, especially if you're paying more as well. You know those rip and ship stuff. I don't know, man. Just buy the stuff, man, and open it yourself. I know some people will say that it's kind of like supporting the content creator as well. That's why you buy from them, and I can't blame that. But yeah, like it's I know Rudy is definitely one of the people that's like, they're honest. If they pull a freaking one of one ring, they would not delete the video and stuff. You know, if they pull any serialized card, anything big card like $1,000 card, they wouldn't just like delete the video, because for Rudy, like that's nothing. Like he would rather have I don't know, a 100,000 views in his channel because like he pulled a one of one something, then like delete the video, right? So I don't know. I'm on that boat. I'm the same with Rudy. Like it's better for in the long term than like deleting. Those, if you guys watch Rattle Pokemon, right? You see all of these like scammers and whatnot. People like like when they're like, oh, the Pokemon. Oh shit, it's a freaking Moonbreon. Oh nope. What happened to the pack? What happened to the pack? People scamming, and then like, oh man, it's just not worth it, man. You may win like one big time, but the outcome on that is like it's so negative, man. So it's not worth it, bro. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up. I love podcasts. What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Hi, Anger. I was thinking if I sold 1K per week, I would only make 52K before taxes. Should I go back to the corporate life? Well, the thing is, if that's what you're making, 1K per week, um, I mean, I would still do it, but like a side hustle. I can still work maybe like a part time, like because my kid is still like what, a year, 2 years old, so it's kind of hard. I'd rather be there at least up until like when he's like 3 years old, and then we can start doing the um putting him in the daycare, because kids needs social, to socialize, right? So I like to be there in the first 3 years, and then after that I can go back working. But as of right now, like I mentioned in one of my videos, right, I only work 3 hours. I only work 3 hours. The majority of what I do every day is taking care of my kid, man. um I only work 3 hours daily. Yeah. Imagine I can Imagine if I can work more than 3 hours. That's crazy, you know? So yeah. I mean, you can still work, man. You can go back work part time, even full time, and still make 1,000 per week. Even me, I can still work part time job. Like let's just say, I don't know, like part time, like eight, four. Let's just say if your partner is working from 6 to 3, and you can work kind of like 4 to 10, you know, like afternoon job, and you only work 24 hours a week, you can still do the same thing what I'm doing now and do a part time, you know. So should I go back to the corporate life? Um, I can't say that for sure, because once you've been selling like like for me, right? I'm gonna be hitting 4 years doing all of this shit, right? I can't imagine myself working for someone. I'd rather work hard and get better in Tcgplayer, add eBay now, right? And acquire more inventory so I can do vent shows, and then YouTube channel. I would really work hard to improve all of that stuff. Then like go back to work. I can consider part time, just part time though. But yeah, man, I don't know. That's just me though. That's just me. Uh, I've never been on Whatnot. How does it work? So Whatnot is basically like what did they? How did they say it? eBay and eBay and TikTok combined or something like that. So like me, right? I would go live and Whatnot, and I will sell like singles or like sealed or whatever, and then people will like bid on. Let's just say this one. Okay, starting bid $1, and then like boom. So everyone in the audience, if you have multiple audience, you have a better chance of selling that $1 card, um, going up. Like starting bid $1, and then people will be bidding up. Like $2, $3, $4, and then once the timer ends, then that's it. You sold that one card for whatever. So that's kind of what it is. It's like a live auction thing. Not a big fan though. Not a big fan on Whatnot. Better be cautious when you put your kid in daycare. They are strangers. When your kid gets home, they might identify like the pronoun people. I understand on that, man. That's one of the reasons too that in the first 3 years, I'd like to be the person, right? I like to be there. But we're still. I'm still in the fence of like working part time though. If I made it at this point, selling singles, selling magic, doing videos for pretty much 4 years, I think I can keep doing it, and I really want to do well with YouTube because once I get more views, more subscribers, things like that in YouTube, I can manage it to where I'm doing more videos and then less Tcgplayer. Because like once I get doing more videos, then I can go to like shows, and that's another more content for the channel. So I really really want to do well in YouTube here, right? Live streams, things like that, because it's the same way. In the same way, less Tcgplayer, all the online stuff, and more YouTube, more live, more on like vending shows, right? So yeah, I understand, bro. I understand. Uh, Pronoun people. I thought we were done on that, right? I thought we're done on that. I think, right? I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that, man. Pronoun people. But I heard in school, right? I think they pretty much done, right? But pronoun people. I think I still see Charlie Kirk's video of like, what is a woman? Like define woman. I don't know, bro. It's crazy, man. The world, so much. Uh, they worry the craziest shit when there's like other important things to worry about. It's just crazy, man. I don't know. That's just me, man. That is just me. Let your kid be involved with your MTG trade so they can potentially inherit in the future. um, I don't know if my 10-year-old um, will like to like continue this business, but it's gonna be up to him, because I have definitely a big brother, right? So we'll see. I don't know. I mean, he likes opening. I mean, we actually started all of these mass box open. I kid you not, go down on like the older videos. We did a lot of those mass box opening. In fact, the double masters, the 10K, $10,000, 100 plus VIP double masters opening. He was there, and he was like, I don't know, probably like 5. It's crazy. He was involved in the all openings. My wife even, she was involved in some of the live streams. But yeah, I mean, like I said, my goal is really to push forward and continue doing this, then consider going back to work, right? But yeah, between Tcgplayer, eBay, uh, in the future, between doing live streams, vending shows, and then YouTube. So that's basically the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal. Has your YouTube channel helped you a lot in selling cards? Was thinking of making some videos. Oh, it helped out like big time, man, big time. And that was the kind of like the what made me continue or build up my YouTube channel, because in the beginning, in the beginning, I started with Facebook Live, and I was opening boxes, War the Spark, what is this, Corset 21. I was opening these boxes, right, live, Ikoria, and then people in live stream, they would like comment, like, I want that card, save that for me, like uh, that's basically what happened, and that inspired me of like, oh man, I really need to get my YouTube live, because that will get me, when you get YouTube revenue, you get the revenue, plus you get customers, right? So that inspired me with the YouTube part. So yeah, it all boils down to like all that experience down to like now, YouTube, Tcgplayer full time, now, eBay. So it really helped out a lot. Some of them were still subscribers. Some of them still message me on my Tcgplayer, getting like asking for asking for discounts on cards, and future customers, right? They were like, "Oh, found you on YouTube," things like that. So it really helped out a lot, man. So, but that's from when I was doing the Facebook. It wasn't like, oh, I'm doing this to like advertise, right? But it just started from there, and then yeah, that's it. But it helped a lot, the YouTube. It's like free adverts, advertising your business, pretty much. And also, I had one of the comments, one of the messages actually recently. There was a customer like, it's good to know or to see a face online, right? That's why I started those short videos that like orders, like, oh, that's my order. They saw their order, they order cards from me, and oh, okay, I guess it's good to see that my order is getting getting shipped, right? So what I'm saying, it's kind of like I'm highlighting some of the weird orders, those 24 copies, or like 250 card order, or some of those like high end cards. So I got a message recently saying, oh, it's good to see a face of the store, and YouTube channel, things like that. So kind of like a combination of everything, honestly. So would you even want to teach your kid the trade? Yeah, honestly, even though like we're just talking about like the card itself, one thing I like the younger generation to know, because like from the beginning, I wish I knew this when I was like younger. Is definitely the whole investing part, the whole high yield savings, things like that. The whole I wasn't informed. I wasn't knowledgeable. I wasn't, you know, like I wasn't even like thinking about that, man. I was like a musician, going rock and roll, buying equipments, just freaking Tokyo drifting my car. I wasn't even thinking about that, man. And I know some of you guys are probably in the same boat, like what is stocks, man? What is like, like investing and like what, like why would I like 401k, why would I put 6%, why would I, like put set money aside in a high yield savings? Who would do that, man? I want to spend it now, like I wish I was more like accepting on on like future stuff, right? But but man, I wish like that's basically what I want with the future generations. Like my kids, I want them to like understand it earlier how like investing works, how saving, the 401k, how will like impact you in the long term, because in the beginning you may not see it like it, but it's pretty big deal, like literally a big deal. Like think about it, man. Like S&P, not financial advice, man. I'm not like a freaking licensed advisor or anything, but think about the S&P 500. Even if you just buy, I don't know, like one stock, two stock, three stock, you just put money, like you know like it went from 6,000, it went down to like 4,000. S&P 500, it's almost like a guarantee that it will go up back to 6,000. So if you have the capital and you just like just hold it for the next 5, 10, 20 years, right, that will just go up like almost instantly, guaranteed. Like I said, not financial advice, but I'm just saying, like that's like a no-brainer, man. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's that, man. Definitely, we'll educate the kids, man. Very, very important these days. Da, 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 da. I'll be teaching my kid to be self-sufficient and not be dependent on a 9 to 5. Yeah, that's a good one. Do you still buy commander decks, and does it get hard to buy collections? Paul GPS1, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. I do commander decks. I still buy commander decks. I mean, I mentioned, I purchased, pre-ordered Final Fantasy commander decks at a good price, right? On the Tarkir, I didn't really buy the full set. I only bought like the Timur one. If I can find one in Walmart, Target. But right now, those decks really dip. Even the most, hyped one, right? It went. It's not a good deck to break down now, but obviously long term, it may be a good sealed product to set aside. But yeah, so yeah, I still buy commander decks. As far as collection goes, it's it comes and go. Like I said, once everybody knows in your local community that you buy collection, they will just come to you. I have a regular one that sells me like promo cards, like those WPN stuff. Um, but yeah, so yeah, he just small collection. Like what I think I just did a short video about it. But yeah, so you just once you get there, it's not hard, but I understand. I guess for some other people, right, the resellers, it's I think it's getting harder and harder. But you have to earn the trust in your local community. You have to earn their trust, though. You pay well. You deal with them. So that's that. I wish my parents taught me about investing when I was younger. Same deal, man. Same deal. In fact, I'm actually teaching my parents now that about like high yield savings, probably not stocks, but like at least high yield savings. The whole traditional, checking and savings, a regular bank, it's not gonna do shit for you, man. At least high yield savings, even doing like, I don't know, CDs and stuff like that, it's still better. But yeah, so yeah, I'm literally telling them, we are peak market boys. It's gonna retract markets, gonna be all over the place, up and down, uh, up down, up down. A lot of people gonna get wrecked in the next few weeks. Um, it always happens. The market will retract for sure. We don't know when, and we don't know how low, but if that happens, then yeah, that's the perfect time to buy if you have the capital to deploy with these boxes collections, right? People needing money these days, man. Like, I kid you not, people are actually desperate selling their collections. So you gotta be liquid. You gotta be liquid, and that's when when I decided to sell my big cards, my Power Nine, because I really want to be more liquid. I know those are my precious collections, the Power Nine, the Commander decks, the Dual Lands, but I'd rather be more liquid because in the long term, I can always buy them back, man. If I decided to. So, yeah, man. Let's see. I agree. The yield is crazy for a broad index fan. Yeah, man. Can you imagine that, man? If you learn that, if they're even like teaching those in like school, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Just put set aside. It's I don't even want to talk about it. Just imagine if everyone is like doing that in the early days, man. And you as a teenager that's like just want to buy shit, like games and doing this and that. Imagine if you actually have the mindset of like, okay, I will listen to my parents. I don't know, I can't see it now, but if they actually telling me that it's good long term, then I wish I have that, I don't know, eagerness, like listening to them, right? So now, if we explain it to them like properly and in a way that, oh my god, are you saying that if I save $100, like a week or a month, things like that, and in 10, 20 years I will get this? Why wouldn't anyone do that? So you know what I'm saying? Oh man. Thanks for the chat. I'll catch you again next time. All right, appreciate you, Pongo, man. I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon, bro. Saigo Seagull, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. What up, Anger? Do you personally feel like this is the time to save capital for buying collections if the market tanks later on in the year? Always be liquid. I can almost get. I mean, even now, bro, everyone's needing cash these days, man. Everyone's selling out big collections. Um, yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a point. I mean, like I said, we're seeing it now that people are selling out their collection. Um, always, you gotta be liquid, honestly, and you don't want to miss like that opportunity when like a collection comes to you. Like, you almost want to say yes. You almost want to make that deal. So you gotta be ready for that, man. So me, um, I didn't buy a whole lot of Tarkir. I'm saving a lot on Final Fantasy because people will be buying that shit. People will be opening that shit, and the first week, 2 weeks, a lot of those singles will go down the drain. Will go down the Tcgplayer, all that collection. Oh, I'm chasing this one of one Final Fantasy. I don't need anything, all of this collection. So opportunity, man, the opportunity, you don't want to miss it. We all have to stay liquid. for sure. Da, 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 da. My bad for caps lock. Oh, it's all good. If you don't mind me asking, how much you have spent in pre-orders to Final Fantasy Seal products? Not much actually. So I only spent 800 on the pre-order for Final Fantasy Commander decks. So I pre-ordered 4 sets of the Commander decks. So 4 of each decks. Because I got like discounts from Cool Stuff Inc. And then the collector box that I pre-ordered and the collector commander deck set, right? It's not paid yet, which is crazy, right? So I locked in those. The collector commander deck, it's at 600, and then the collector box, it's pre-ordered 450. Yeah, so I trust them. You know, it's all good, locked in. It's just you gotta pay when it arrives, right? So, but yeah, so technically, I only spent like 800 in Final Fantasy. I could have spent more on those collector stuff, but it's like limit to one person. And in the beginning, at Cool Stuff Inc., right, I mentioned when the pre-order dropped, there was like 350 for a collector box and then 200 for the commander decks. And you guys know I'm a big fan of commander decks, so I just went full in, 4 of each decks right away. I didn't even consider the play boxes. I didn't even consider the collector box because I know I can handle better the commander decks because it's a freaking commander decks, man. It's freaking Final Fantasy commander decks. So there's more. I would say there's more demand to that, man, and in the future too. So that's that. Be careful of resellers pretending to sell their collections, yeah. And it's really just bulk. They're else everywhere on Facebook Marketplace. That's true. That's true, and that's goes the same for me, man. Like if I'm selling bulk, if I'm selling bulk and local, it's almost G-word guarantee. Those cards, they will sell, but it will take a lifetime. It will take a lifetime to sell them, man. And it's like multiple copies of one card. I don't know, man. It's just funny when I sell like bulk cards to like the store, and they pay like what, $5 for thousands. That's fine. It's like a penny, less than a penny. I don't know, but I can guarantee you that's almost like a considered trash, honestly. There may be like one card in like the next 5 years that one common will go up, but oh my god, the space. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's yeah. Be careful. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Also, yeah, that's funny, man. That's funny. Uh, let's see. Any advice for someone buying a collection for the first time? Should you go in with a certain mindset, and if you would recommend trying to go big, like $1,000 plus, or is it fair to go after smaller lots? Um, for the first time, like I said, pay higher. Uh, if you're starting to just acquire like inventory in the beginning, I would start eliminating all of those other resellers that's paying like 60-65% TCG low. I would go like, hey, I'm paying 70-75% TCG low, or even 80%, depending on your budget, right? Or your range of cash, because you can haggle it, smaller lots, bigger lots. So you can negotiate, like what kind of collection it is, if there's like a lot of those $3 below cards, how many cards that are like $5 and up cards, things like that. Foil cards, foreign cards, signed cards. How many bulk is this? Sometimes you can get the bulk for free. Like honestly, you can get the bulk for free. So um, I would say pay higher, eliminate competition in the beginning, and get those customers like regular, right? Get the collection, acquire them, and then sell aggressive on your store. In the beginning, because like these, you don't need to rush anything, right? And the only thing that you need to rush selling singles is when you acquire new stuff, you sell it on the first week or two, because those are going to be like the highest value for those cards. But other than that, like the cards in this binder, look at this. What is it? I've had this binder for what now? Like so long. Like look, there's like expensive cards over here. Look at this. Words of Mine, Beast Within, actually this dragon actually spiked, right? It's just there. Reliquary Tower, Jessica's Will, Lotus Petal, Cavern of Souls, Jewel Lotus, right? Cavern of Souls, Zombie Master, Fetchlands. Like, look, this is like a full binder of like really, like, I want to say $10, $15 above cards. We got Shoulder right there, Sliver, Demonic Tutors. So this binder is just there, because there's no rush in selling these singles, man, when you acquire them. And also, I save some of the higher end cards locally, because you save shipping and you save fees. Like Anointed Procession, I'm looking for Demonic Tutor, so you can say, hey, I have one. So kind of like that, but yeah. So I would go higher on the margin and just sell aggressive on. What I mean by aggressive is like you don't sell it like TCG low. Just put it out there, list it, to where you have the item. Because if you get like a customer, if they actually needed that card, they will bundle it up because they will consider how much you're charging for your shipping. So and this goes to like smaller lots, bigger lots. Maybe, I don't know, because there's a long I want to say there's a lot of experience with buying collections, man. A lot to consider. The value you're paying cash, so you can haggle with that. Yeah, there's a lot to consider with buying collections, and some customers are really strict with their value, and some customers are like, oh yeah, yeah, I can see that. I know you need to make money too, things like that. You're buying the whole thing versus just a couple. Hey, I'm buying everything. I'm taking all the risk right away. You don't have to do a single thing. So there's a lot to consider with that. A lot of haggling, and yeah. So I think that's probably my best advice with with buying collections. It takes experience, man. You gotta pay up in the beginning for sure. Uh, yeah, you're almost better off with the RNG on packs at Walmart. RNG on packs at Walmart these days. So I can literally look up everything they're showing in pictures and get market price, or you will get wrecked. Yep. Prices. When I was in South Korea, I went to a magic shop there. They were giving away bulk cards for free. Well, I'll take them. Bulk cards, let's go. When you're buying, are there any red flags you should watch out for? Do you take your time to verify certain cards using red dot test? Um, as far as red flag goes, um, you almost always meet in a place where you can verify cards. Not at night, not in a random gas station. Almost always at a card store, honestly. And when there's like a lot of people, you can verify cards there. You can ask the card store, oh, can you verify this card, even though you already verified it. Um, but yeah, so I would. Those are kind of like the a must when buying collection. Always meet up in a place where you can verify cards, and there's a good place to like a lighting. There's some people, you're not gonna get robbed or something like that. And as far as like taking time, sometimes um, I don't, because I think it really depends on your situation. Like people, I get multiple returning customers, right? Like people selling cards to me. So it's almost like if I see anything, I would just message them. But when I look at collection, I only look at those the bigger cards. I don't verify every single card. Oh, like hello. I don't know if it blacks out, but somebody called. But I think it's man, we approached like freaking 1 hour and a half, man. It's looking like it's kind of like a sign that I need to end the stream. If they refuse to show you photos, is a red flag. Yeah, that's really it. Photos, name, and date and things like that. So that's it. Somebody called. It might be important, but yeah. So we're gonna go and end the stream, and we'll save more for next week. Maybe this weekend. Who knows? But yeah. So that's gonna be it. Let's see. I had this last try to sell me 20-pound box basic cleansing tokens for $300. Holy shit, man, that's crazy. Thanks, Anger. No problem, man. No problem. Always here. Appreciate the advice. Oh, all good, bro. So that's gonna be it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss any video. And with that, Anger out, boys. Peace.